my people. You're welcome to the biggest show on the continent right now, MS Live, with your boy Mac Moulton. This is the show that we have insightful conversation with your favorite artists pertaining to show business. You can follow us on every single platform, MSN4GH, hashtag MS Live. And today I have a homie in the building, and this guy is doing incredibly well when it comes to music, especially high life music. He's putting it on the map, and it's a brother from another mother, all the way from Kumasi, and we are all in Accra to chase our dreams, to chase our goals. And I have my brother RCee in the building.
You know what time it is.
Broski, Bibi
Aboko,
Charlie, I am very, very proud, Charlie. I'm very, very proud where you are taking the sound. I mean, representing, our DNA music. And you are, making it your own way. And I love it. And I'm very happy for you. And congratulations on your EP. I know we are going to delve more into it. 6 songs, solid songs. And you dropped Atia, which was crazy one. I mean, your guy came here, which is NYB. He came here, he played a song. I love it. I love every part of it. And right now, finally, the EP is out.
Definitely.
But I want us to talk about Agenda, because when Agenda dropped, I wasn't able to do interview with you.
Yeah.
And Agenda wasn't able to make it to the EP. I thought maybe Agenda was going to be on it. Because Agenda, I feel like Knees and Band started with the movement, but Agenda solidified it. So I want us to start with Agenda. Why didn't Agenda make it to the EP?
I think it wasn't like an intentional thing. Felt like as Agenda actually had the wave, you understand? And it was also a statement that we made with that song. So having to come up with a full package of the whole vibe of high life, modern high life, sexy high life, being in the bridge, we decided to give a fresh perception to what Agenda had already. Okay. So the closest song to the date where we wanted to give that was Atia.
Okay.
Atia, because Agenda came before Atia, so then we had to put Atia instead of Agenda.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think it would also be, it would have been nice if Agenda was on it.
Okay. The reason why I'm asking that is with your debut EP was more of Afrobeat.
Yeah.
And this being your Soulful Mode EP, I feel like there was more of like a transition, seeing a different face of RCee with your creative direction when it comes to, you gave this retro vibes with your outlook, your aesthetics, everything. Yeah. Like, was it a transition phase for you?
I think when I released that EP, it was more of experimental stage for me. They're releasing an EP that had several sounds, different sounds that I could maneuver around. But Knees and Ben actually gave me that thought of really embodying who I am, embodying the culture very well. Because people got more attracted to that song than even the song that we wanted to promote, which was amazing. Okay. Yeah, so Knees and Ben was actually the genesis of everything. So I would say that actually gave me the realization that we need to stay rooted to the culture. You get what I mean? So that's it. I think high life is what we have.
Yeah, for real.
High life is our sound.
You're true.
It's just about making sure it evolves and it pleases different demographics, you understand? And that's what I'm doing. Okay. Yeah, trying to make sure the song pleases all demographics.
True.
Gen Z, grown-ups, everyone, you know, yeah. So for me, it's high life all the way.
So let's talk about the Knees and Ben remix with Joey B. How did it happen? How were you able to get Joey B on the song?
It's something I actually manifested and it came to pass, you understand? It just came to pass. And he was more like the perfect match for the song. So it was seamless having to do that remix. It was a perfect match. He killed it, he nailed it. And I would also say it also gave me a certain recognition from people who love Joey B.
Okay. Yeah. And the video is crazy. Who directed the video for?
Oshoma Native.
Okay.
Oshoma Native, one amazing director. Okay.
I want to ask, who is your creative director? Because when it comes to your video, is like you're very peculiar and it gives that retro vibes. How do you come up with the idea when shooting your videos, your outlook, your outfits?
I wouldn't say it's me alone. Let's have the vision.
Okay.
I have the vision of what I want, and my creative director also has a similar vision to what I want. And anytime we come together to put out ideas, it's amazing.
Okay.
And the execution is perfect. His name is Salam.
Salam.
Elroy Salam. Elroy Salam.
Okay.
He's a dope photographer and a dope creative director and a dope videographer.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to check him out.
Okay.
It's
But at times,
amazing.
do you have challenges putting it together because
Yeah,
you need to find location that's going to represent the kind of brand you want to put out there, what you want to represent?
There's always a challenge because I was having a conversation with one guy, and so he asked me why I don't put out content like back to back, like 3 days, let's say 3 contents in a day, and I'm like, yo, bro, it's so hard. With the direction I want to go, it's so hard to find the perfect setup, the perfect location, the perfect time and mood to create something. I always have to think outside the box to make sure it happens. Yeah, so it's quite a challenge, but if there's no challenge, then it doesn't make the journey amazing. You get what I mean?
So, that means I would say you're very intentional.
I would say very, very intentional with what I do. Very, very intentional.
Okay.
Very.
And I know some big names gave you accolades, the likes of Amare, Sarkodie. How does it make you feel to see these top dogs giving you accolades, appreciating the kind of music that you do?
Yeah, it's amazing to see people that you look up to, people that you've been listening to appreciate your work. It just gives you the motivation that you're on the right path. Yeah, you're carrying the right mantle. You have to be focused, stay grounded, and keep on doing it.
Yeah. Focus, heads up, do what you have to do, and the rest will just happen. The rest will fall in place. And I want us to talk about, because the TGMA, High Life Artist of the Year, High Life Song of the Year.
Yeah.
You weren't nominated, and I was very, very disappointed. As a fan, as a brother, as a friend, I was highly disappointed. So I want to know from your camp, how was the feeling like? Because you have been putting in the work, you dropped Nice and Ben Remes, you dropped Agenda, which was making waves. Everybody was doing the dance. Agenda, agenda. How did it make you feel?
For me, I'll put myself in the shoes of people who listen to my music, people who appreciate high life, people who appreciate new school music, like new generation of high life. Very disappointed, but I would also say it was an opportunity for the TGMAs also to also propel high life to that certain level. You understand? So I would say they also miss out. In as much as we missed out in the nomination, they also missed out. Because to be honest, Agenda is an amazing record. You understand? And then how people connected with the song has to tell you something, that people really love high life, and just that there's this missing piece that's up and above, like straight from above. I was able to connect. You get it? The missing piece of bridging the gap between the new and the old, and making sure everyone, like even children, like I went to this school, the teacher actually reached out to me that his kids love the record.
Wow.
So I surprised them, and little kids singing Agenda and Mano was amazing.
Real.
So if we are intentional about putting high life there, and then we have this record and we have these amazing things, and because last year 2025 Agenda was competing with Amapiano songs, competing with Afrobeat songs, hip hop songs. You know what I mean. So
it's not only Agenda. You later top it up with Atia,
like
which was crazy, man.
So for me it was like, yo.
Okay.
Just missed you.
So, bro, do you feel like it was a blessing in disguise for you, because not getting the nomination and people really rooting for you? The man, RCee was supposed to be part of it. RCee was supposed to be part of it. Does it make you feel very appreciated that people really enjoy what you're doing? Not just the millennials, but the Gen Zs too love what you do.
Yeah. So much. I think that was even the win for me.
Okay.
That's what I'll call a perfect win. Like, people listen to you, people know what you have, people trust in the sound, people believe in you, and then when they get disappointed by let's say the biggest music organization in Ghana, when they get disappointed and then they are able to voice out in favor of you, that's a win. You know
That's
what
a
I
good
mean?
feeling.
That's a good feeling there. That's a win. That's an actual win. That's like, yo, the people want this to be there,
Yeah,
but it's not there. So the people say, oh, Charlie, why isn't it there?
true.
Yeah, that's a win for me. Yeah.
Yeah, I want us to get right into it, to the project, to the EP, Young Daddy.
Yeah.
The title is very intriguing, it's very profound. How did you come up with the name for the project? Were the songs recorded already before you decided to come out with the title, or you first team up with your team or your management with the title before starting the project?
For me, because I'm always intentional about what I do. Even before the EP, we had recorded so many songs.
Okay.
That was supposed to be our EP,
Wow.
but
But was it High Life?
it was highlife, but not rooted highlife.
Life, okay.
Yeah, so we scrapped everything.
Wow.
All the records, none of the records on the EP. Yeah, because I think we had to really deliberate about some of the records and make sure that we are on the right path.
Okay.
Like we don't deviate. We don't deviate from what we are doing. So we're very intentional about it. So the songs were recorded on the journey.
Okay.
On the journey of Niece and Ben and
Okay.
in that coming year. So we made sure that it embodies the statement of high life,
Okay.
new modern high life, sexy high life.
True.
Yeah, so the young daddy actually means a young guy in a grown man's body.
Okay.
That's the perfect statement for the EP.
So it's not like you were a girl, them sugar, lover boy.
There are two ways to it. You see,
Okay.
daddy also is a word
Yeah.
that gives the lover boy impression.
True.
Yeah. So, and the young daddy, the young the young sugar daddy.
Daddy, yeah.
Yeah. So it has two ways of defining the EP: young guy in a grown man's body,
Okay.
and the young guy that the girls
They
love.
have two ways.
The two ways of defining it.
Anyhow it fits for you, you are that you're good with, you go with it.
Perfect.
Okay, I want us to talk about the artwork. What does it symbolize? Because you have a lady crossing her leg and you, Charlie, just looking somewhere else. What does it represent?
It represents the whole songs on the EP. So Sweetie is actually a broken heart song. A broken heart song, like making fun out of broken hearts.
Yeah.
And My Dear is more sensual.
Okay.
Toli is more like, it's also a love song. And Money Makes the World Go Round. It's fashion, it talks about fashion, talks about money,
Lifestyle.
talks about lifestyle. And Serious talks about a nonchalant guy.
Okay.
A guy you shouldn't take serious, a dangerous guy.
Guy.
And then Atia talks about what I love.
Yeah.
So the lady's leg is, you see,
Okay.
is a slim,
So
slim
your
body.
spec.
Yeah, not really.
I'll see,
Charlie,
man, bro.
I love beautiful girls.
Okay.
I love beautiful girls. Yeah. So me looking away from what's going on.
Okay.
So it's more like I'm interested in what is there, but at the same time, I'm nonchalant. I'm not paying attention to it. So that's the whole definition for the cover art.
Yeah, for real, for real. I want us to get into the songs. The first song, Sweetie.
Yeah.
The first time you heard of the beat, what was running through your mind?
The beat was actually played from scratch in the studio. Afro Lecturer, shout out to Afro Lecturer.
Okay.
Yeah, he knows what I love. He knows what I want. So when we linked up to work, he started playing something of that rhythm. Then we would chip in ideas whilst I create my melodies.
Okay.
And then because I was in that situation at that point,
okay,
I was really flowing with that situation.
I'm trying to imagine how, like, being in the studio and the beats playing and maybe nodding your head.
Bro, you understand? You put yourself in that.
Bro, I love that song. I love that song.
Yeah.
I hope my producer can just do something about it so I can hear the song very well. Hey, yeah, Charlie, man, crazy, crazy, crazy. So he created the beat, he gave it to you, you went into the studio. So how long did it take you to put the song together?
Um, so the whole creative process was in the studio,
Okay.
and then I would say it took us like maybe 2-3 hours to finish up the
Okay.
record. Yeah, the whole having conversations, sharing ideas, deliberating on it. Afro Electra is so talented.
Okay.
When he started playing the beat, I wasn't really getting it,
Okay.
but when he was done, bro,
Okay.
it was a blow. And then after, we had to also put in some instruments, some live
Okay.
instruments, guitar, electric guitar. There's an electric guitar in the end by Joshua Mosey, one of the greatest. So yeah, we really had dedication for the
So
song.
I want to ask two questions. First is, how is your recording process like? And what was the challenging part making this project?
I think the most challenging record for me was um, Money Makes the World Go Round.
Wow.
I think that was the most challenging because it's a sound that me myself, it amazes me how we're able to come up with that sound.
Wow.
Because it's something that I feel I've never heard anything like that before. Not that I know, maybe someone else, but me personally. And singing that high with that whole I had to put in the attitude, owning the song, owning the lyrics in the song. Because I'm talking about lifestyle. So some part, money and fashion.
Yeah.
I had to
The
money
passion.
and fashion.
Yeah.
So kind of do me your magic.
Yeah.
Put the whole attitude in the song. So for that one, it was more like I visualized the song whilst I was doing it.
It's only few artists who have that thing. Artist that comes in mind is Bruno Mars.
Yeah.
He has that thing. Because when he did Funky Town, that same vibe, that same energy.
Yeah.
So that was a song that came to mind that, wow, what my brother is doing. I see the direction.
Yeah.
I see what you're trying to do. Wow. So it was that song.
So I had to visualize the song.
Okay.
Whilst recording it. Visualize how the energy. That's the reason why. Okay, let me save it for later.
Bro, come on, man. I'm a brother. You can
let me
tell
save it for later.
Charlie.
You're my brother, but others are watching. You know what? Others are watching.
So you have to create. You have to be in the mood.
Be in the mood. Own it. Like own the record.
Okay.
Own the record. Shouldn't look like the record sounds like this, and then you see me and I'm acting different with the record.
It doesn't align with the song.
That's the word. Align. Yeah, the voice, the production, visuals, everything needs to align.
So we're talking behind closed doors, and you said probably a video for this song is going to come out.
Yeah.
Then with what you were saying, that means with the video, it's going to be crazy.
It has to align. It has to be crazy.
And when is it dropping?
It will come.
They say me pon call pentem.
I would say.
Okay. All right. So I want us to talk about Toli.
Yeah.
Featuring Manifest. Okay. Nice song. I feel like the song could have stand on its own, but what made you decide to put Manifest on it?
So with Manifest, he's also one artist who is so deep rooted in the highlife culture. When you pay attention to his records, he always has that highlife touch to his records. The songs with the Brafo, songs with the. So he's someone that I've always wanted to work with.
Okay.
Always. He may not know, but I've always wanted to work with. And when I was working with Afro Electra one time in the studio, we made a record. I was like, this record will be perfect with Manifest on it. I said, oh, yeah, why not? One day I was chilling somewhere. He called me. Manifest is in the studio. Wants to meet you. I came there. We made an amazing record, which is Toli. So the record I recorded before that I wanted him on it, we didn't do that. We did another record and did another record and did another record. Okay. So we have 3 records together. Okay. One is out, Fanciful Dance, which is out already. And then this one is, and he's also very supportive with the music, very supportive with the music, with the EP, with what I do. I appreciate him so much, bro.
Okay. So we already talked about Money Makes the World Go Round.
Yeah.
So I want us to play it. so the viewers or the audience can have a feel of it.
Yeah.
But guys, the project is out on all streaming platforms. You can check it out and add to your playlist. It's called Young Daddy by RCee. You can check it out. Yeah, so that's the song. Why do you make the world go round? Why do you make the world? Oh man, beautiful record, beautiful record. So this one too was produced by Afro Electric.
No, this one was produced by Rankin.
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 Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rankin made it. Another top producer.
Okay. So how many producers did you work with on this project?
I worked with two producers, no, three producers.
Okay.
So Rankin and Desmond would work on some records together, and then Afro Electra worked on it alone. And I think, and also sound engineered by Nixie.
Okay.
Yeah, some of the records were mixed and mastered by Nixie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dope one. I want us to get right into My Dear, the song you featured, Melissa. It's very different when you listen to it.
Yeah.
Like, it's very different. I always say with agenda, like, straight to the point. But this one, like, RCee is being a lover boy, sweet talking, taking your time, appreciating the lady, and I mean, taking it to the next level. You know what I'm talking about. What's the inspiration behind that song?
Yeah, love is beautiful.
Okay.
You can testify, you get it. And sex is nice.
Yeah.
You get it. So on this EP, I decided to put each and every mood, like every mood when it comes to my life.
Okay.
How my life is on the EP. So that's one side of me. Being sensual.
Okay.
Sweet talks, you understand, bedroom kind of vibe, a lovely vibe, yeah. So with that record, the amazing thing about the record was I was actually supposed to record with Melissa.
Okay.
That day. When she came to the studio, I had done the record already. And then, yeah, we're deliberating on having a female voice in there. So it was like a perfect timing. So when she came, one touch, bro. She just...
Like the flow, the chemistry, everything, the vibe.
She just did her thing.
Killed it.
Just killed it. Just killed it. And it was the perfect verse ever.
Wow.
Perfect. Amazing.
Don't even have to decide or contemplate and know.
Bro, no. Even before she did some harmonies, which I really wanted to maintain the harmonies because they were so sweet.
Okay.
They were so sweet. I didn't even need the lyrics. They were so sweet. When the lyrics also came, it was like, yo, amazing record.
Okay.
And so far, I know the girls are really loving this record.
Yeah, it's dope. It's a nice song.
The ladies love this record. They love it.
For real. I want us to get into Atia. It's out already.
Yeah.
But it's part of the project, and I want us to talk about it. Atia, is it that you stepped out and you met a lady and she had everything that you wanted in a woman, and that inspired you to just go to the booth and record the song?
I think there's this conversation about girls having big back, girls having big fronts. But for me, I decided to appreciate ladies who also keep it cute, you understand? Okay. Yeah. So it's, being cute is also nice. So that's a song for them. People sing about, oh, girl having this big back, big nash, but I decided to do it for the cute ones.
Dedicated to them.
Dedicated for the cute ones, yeah. Cute ladies.
Cute ladies,
yeah.
Cute ladies.
The next one.
And you will come on.
Yeah.
So next one, yeah, baby.
Next one will be for. You see,
so I'll see. What's your spec?
Bro, to be honest, Like to be honest,
But you have to think true because right now you be ladies man. So if you go for one side,
yeah,
actually.
to be honest, I always say this. I don't really have spec, bro.
Okay.
You just I say chimmy.
Okay.
I don't really have. I like this. I like that. I love this. I love. There's something. There should be something about you that catches my attention. So
Does the person have this sense of mystery or what? Like, I want to understand.
Bro, to be honest, I don't know. I can't really explain. I just something about you just turns me on. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't specify.
Okay.
It's not about looks. There's something that I don't know. There's this energy, this connection. I don't know. I don't really have
spec. Energy, some synergy.
Some connection. Yeah, not like oh she's pretty. She has this. She has that. No.
Okay. All right.
Something else.
So RCee, I want us to talk about serious.
Yeah.
The first time I heard of the title of the song, because I wanted to take my time to listen to all the project before it gets to the last song on it. Serious, you know what came to mind? I thought maybe you're going to sample maybe Amachi Dede's song and make it your own way and add a little bit twist to it or something. But when I listened to it, I said, okay, this song is on its own. So what is the ideology behind the song?
Actually, 4 producers worked on the EP.
Wow.
Yeah.
4 producers.
2 shoes made serious. 2 shoes made serious. So with serious, as I said, with the EP is an embodiment of my character, my true personality. I'm not perfect. No one is perfect. You understand? So it's more like, let me say, that's. I don't want to say weakness or vulnerability or maybe strength. I don't want to classify it in any way. But I'm not perfect. So serious is this guy, this nonchalant guy, who is never serious.
Wow.
Who you shouldn't take serious. We can do all that, but don't take it serious. We can have fun.
We can chill.
Yeah. And also, it's also about men. Men can be like that. Men could be dangerous and not serious when it comes to relationship and having vibe with ladies. So that's a simple explanation or a simple, let's say, a summary of that character.
Okay.
It could be me, it could be someone else, it could be any guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I told you already, my favorite is Sweet Tea and Money Makes the World Go Round. Maybe as times goes on, it might change. But right now, those are the songs I'm really gravitating to.
Yeah.
And I'm loving it. And right now, the project is out. Young Daddy is out on all streaming platforms. And one thing is Apple Music. I saw something that Happiness on Apple Music.
Yeah, so as I said, one amazing thing is that we are Ghanaians. Highlife is our sound. And it's necessary that we evolve when it comes to the highlife sound, the indigenous sound. So an achievement like this, like Apple Music recognizing highlife, a highlife artist as an up next artist, bro, it's really amazing. It means we're on the right path, yo. So when it came through, I was amazed. Shout outs to my team. We've been working, bro. We've been making sure that we are intentional about this thing, this journey, this path that we're taking. It's a lonely road. Sometimes it feels lonely because most of the youngies, we are not really on that vibe. I know some artists who are on that vibe, doing amazing records like S the Legend.
Yeah.
I think Ara does highlife too.
True, yeah.
Couple of them, yeah.
But your own is on a different level, bro.
You get what I
must
mean?
say,
yeah.
Your own is on a different level.
So Apple Music recognizing this is a great milestone.
Okay.
It's a step in the right direction. Yeah.
One thing I want to ask is, I know you are a very talented guy. I know you from way back. Someone who started as a rapper and switching into singing, doing highlife, doing Afrobeat. I know there's more layers to RCee. There's more to come. There's more to expect. But when you get collaboration and people always want to put you on a song which is related to highlife, at times do you feel like you want to turn it down because you feel like they are trying to box you in a way because you have a lot of layers. You can do Afrobeat. I know Raven featured you on a song which is Afrobeat. But it seems most of the songs that are coming out that you are featured on is related to highlife.
Yeah.
How does it make you feel?
there's this word that my guy used to, jack of all trades, master of none. Yeah, so for me, um, no matter how the sound is or what the sound is, I try to stay original as possible. So yeah, I get high life songs coming through. There are so many records that I've not even jammed on yet.
Okay.
They're high life songs. And Raven's record is Afrobeats. And I think Aggie's record is also Afrobeats. And S record is also high life.
Yeah.
And Hagan and Fancy Four Dance with Manifest.
I did a song with Lord People.
It's also high life, you get it. And then when you look at these records, some of them, the flow was different. Some of them, the flow, it has different flows.
Yeah.
So I think one thing too that I try to always be intentional about is make sure that I don't sound the same on every record. And also the authenticity that anytime you listen to me, you know this guy is coming from Ghana.
Yeah, okay.
I try to maintain that one as much as possible. Anytime I record a song, there should be the Ghana element in there. Yeah.
For real, so RCee, last words to your fans. Anyone who wants to give big shout outs to, then we wrap up.
Bro, I'm so appreciative of the support from MX especially, and all the people who love my music, my team, everyone who supports in RCee, who believes in the culture, who believes in RCee. I'm so grateful. I love you guys. I know you love me too. So it's a bombo thing.
Bombo? What does it mean, man? I've been meaning
bombo
to ask.
It's like an explosion, yeah.
Explosion.
Like explosion. Like I say.
Bombo.
Bombo, you understand? I did not say it.
Bombo class, no trying to short Anna. And no, I don't know. Bro, thanks for coming through, bro. I really appreciate your time. And my brother RCee is out with a new EP, Young Daddy. You can check it out on all streaming platforms and add to your playlist, guys. Let's take a breather. I'll be back in a bit.